everyone, it's Morgan from For the Love of Paper with a Project Life process video for you today. This is my week 22, which is the first week of June for this year, and I'm using my Blinks of Life kit for this layout again. I'm just going through and getting out some embellishments and cards from the two kits, the Project Life kit and also the regular scrapbooking kit. Now I do have to apologise for the lighting. Once again, I forgot to shut my blinds at the beginning of this video. I don't know how it doesn't bother me while I'm scrapping, but it annoys me when I'm doing these voiceovers and I can see it. I do eventually shut the curtains at about 5 minutes, so I'm sorry. It's really quite distracting and annoying. I am going to put a post-it note up on my desk to remind myself to shut the curtains when I'm going to film a video. So I've gone through and picked out all the embellishments that I want there. I love that June 2015 little plastic piece. I think that's really cute. I don't normally put the months on my pages, but I just had to use that one. And then I'm just adding in a few more little bits and pieces from my stash, some alphas, and I do get out a bunch of stamps as well that I don't really end up doing much stamping at all. I had good intentions, but that didn't really follow through into the layout. So I've got some tiny word stickers there and also some rub-ons. And then just going through and picking out all the cards that I think I might want to use for the layout. Again, most of them are from this month's kit, but I did pick out a few from the previous May and April kits, I think. I was kind of going for a bit of a pink and grey theme for this one. I know it's a bit hard to tell, those first couple of cards, they are really pale pink. And there was a few cards in there that I initially looked over and didn't use, but do actually end up going back and grabbing them to fill in the layout. And then I just sort my photos by date order. I use the Collect app, so they all print out with the date on them. A lot of my photos I cut the date off. I don't really need that on every single image, so I just sort them into date order and then pop them on the page where I think they might work. And then I think a couple of those were sticking together there. Now I do have to apologize for this piece of paper. I need to draw up a new grid for my Design A page protectors because I have used that one as scrap and yeah, it looks awful, but I have no more white or cream cardstock left, so as soon as I get some, I will be replacing that card there. So just going through again, sorting out all the photos. That lighting is really, really getting annoying. I really do apologize for that. I think I turn it off after maybe the first two cards. I fix up the curtain. And just outlining my cards as I usually do. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you always do on every layout. Is there, something you stick on a page every single time, like an enamel dot or a tiny word sticker, anything really? Or do you just go with the flow and it's something different every single week? I guess for me, I do outline every card. That's one thing. And I think there's probably enamel dots on almost every layout. I guess I kind of go through little phases of things that I love and I use them and use them and use them until I get to a point where I'm sick of them and then I don't use them anymore. And by that point I've usually bought so many of something that they just sit in my stash for a long, long time until I'm either ready to use them again or give them away. I have been getting rid of a lot of my stash recently. I was hoarding so much stuff, just too much. I was never going to use half of it. Some of it I didn't even like. I don't even know why I bought most of it. So I have definitely been going through and purging a lot of my stuff and giving it away or selling it where I can. In fact, you'll notice that I don't really use the Project Life cards, the Becky Higgins ones at all. I decided this year that I don't like rounded corners anymore. All my last 3-4 years of outfits have all been rounded corners. And this year I decided which is a little bit tricky. A lot of the companies make them rounded, which I find slightly annoying. But there are a few out there. Stampin' Up and Simple Stories are square corners, so I do use those where I can. And of course, there's a couple of kit clubs that do the square corners as well. I could always make my own, but I'm usually just too lazy and they never quite turn out how I want them to, so I just stick with pre-made ones or photos on white cardstock. Although within saying that, I'm pretty sure I do actually make a card on this one, so we'll see if I do or not. Oh, and there we go, I have fixed those curtains up, so we still get the little light dots in the middle. I've got Venetian blinds, so I can't cover up all the gaps, unfortunately, or there will be no light. But this is definitely an improvement on what it was before. So these photos here that I'm cutting out are of some leaves. We went to the park. We seem to go to the park a lot. I think I mentioned that in my last video. And all the leaves have fallen off the trees and they're just spindly little twigs now, and the ground was covered, absolutely covered in this layer of leaves. So I got down right to ground level and took a photo. It was really, really neat. And then Sam had to bring home all his special little prizes from our walk. There's a flower and a leaf and a stick in there. He likes to have his little treasure to bring home with him. The house would be filled with little treasures if I let him keep them all, but the thought of decomposing leaves and flowers around the house just isn't really appealing. So we usually stop at the front door and take a photo, and then that way he can show Daddy what he did today and what's important to him. So it's just his little thing that he does. He knows the routine now, and as soon as we get to the front gate, he started lining them up in his hand and getting them out of his pockets, ready for me to take the photo. Now I'm just trying to do a title on that card. It says something out in nature, I think, but I can't remember what that first word was. But I love those little stickers. They are from Spotlight. I'm not sure of the brand, but they're plastic with kind of a matte finish to them, and they're absolutely perfect for Project Life. They're just the right size. I think they're maybe a centimetre tall, like the highest ones at the very least, but they're quite thin as well, so they fit really, really nicely for Project Life card, which is pretty handy. So do tend to use them. Only about $1.99, maybe $2.99, so they're pretty cheap compared to a lot of other things that we have down here in Australia. So I tend to stock up on them. I don't want to run out, so it's pretty good. If any of you are looking for some little tiny stickers, check out, I think they're in like the invitation making section of Spotlight, so go and have a look. They do have other colours as well. And now this card's a photo of some burgers that we had this week. Sam and I were in the city and we decided to stop for lunch at this new place called Burger Urge, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, pretty sure that's what it's called. But they had, I reckon, the most amazing burgers I've had in a very long time, other than my homemade ones, of course. I don't eat bread really ever, but I decided to make an exception and try these burgers out, and they were definitely well worth it. A little bit on the pricey side, but yeah, totally awesome. They have a normal burger range, but you can also design your own, make your own however you would like it to be made. So that's pretty cool, and that was our little date day that we had. Does anyone else do that with their kids, have date days or lunch dates or anything like that? Sam and I probably have one maybe once a month. We go out somewhere special and have a meal together, and it's just our little bonding time. I mean, we're together just about all day, every day anyway, but I like that to be something special that we do, and I hope to continue it as he gets older and goes to school. And I'm hoping it's something that he remembers when he's older, that was our special little thing that we did or do, hopefully, when he's older. Does anyone else do it? Please tell me I'm not the only weirdo that has little date days with their kids. This photo's of Sam holding up a donut container. I don't know how he knew it was a donut container, but he knew, and he found it under our bed and instantly blamed Daddy on eating all the donuts, which of course was completely true, and then his dad did eat them. But it was just hilarious that as soon as he found it, he was like, "Oh, Daddy ate all the donuts, Mummy." And it was just too cute for words. Yeah, and pretty disgusting that my husband had put the rubbish under the bed too. Yeah, I don't know. It was probably only been there for maybe a day. I think he'd eaten them in bed at night. Yeah, I don't condone any of his practices. This photo here, it's a bit hard to see. This is of our guinea pig, Coco. Coco is cocoa coloured, so he's really, really dark brown. So he's pretty hard to see in that photo, but my husband had both of the guinea pigs curled up in his arms, and he asked me to snap a photo because he thought it was really cute, and that's completely unlike him. He very, very rarely tells me to take a photo, and he doesn't take photos of me unless I beg him. So I had to jump at the chance to snap a photo that he had requested. That was pretty cute, I should say. This card here, I'm doing a little bit of DIY with some stamps. I did get out a ton of stamps at the beginning of this with the intention of doing lots of stamping, but I think this is about the only stamp I use. It's a Kaisercraft one. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's of a camera, and then the middle bit, which would be the lens, you can take it out, and there's 3 different inserts you can kind of put in there to change what it says. I think it says like say cheese, smile, love this. I think maybe are the 3 options. I could be wrong. But it was a brand new stamp, so I had to test it out a few times to make sure it was gonna stamp a clear image, which it eventually does. And I actually really like how this card turned out. I think I do add a little word sticker or something to it later, but right now it's pretty cool by itself. And then I go for another little bit of DIY on this card, which is pretty cool as well. I've done a lot of DIY cards this time round, considering I said that I don't usually do that. But this is using some of this, it's like sticky fabric. I don't know how to describe it other than sticky fabric, which I love. It's freaking awesome. And there you go, a little bit of a close-up. If anyone knows where you can get that stuff from or how you make it, I think I'm going to go for it a go. I'm going to buy some fabric and see if I can make it sticky. But it's really cool. So yeah, if you know where you can buy that stuff from, let me know, please. I want some more. I want some different colors. But it's pretty cool. It just makes a little filler card with those resin flowers. Kind of goes with our nature theme. And of course, this one lists a little label. I think it says My View, I think. And oh, another little tiny wood sticker. I've got a packet and a half of those Amy Tan little stickers, and I always forget to use them. They're really cool and I love them, but I always forget to use them. So I did get to use quite a few on this layout, which is good. Yeah, I've got to use them more. I've got to use a lot of stuff more. I have so much stuff. It's not funny. And I think that side is done. So we'll move on to the second layout now. This one is a photo of my son on a massage table. Now I'm actually studying my massage certificate at the moment, so I had to go and buy a table so that I could practice. And this was the day that we brought it home, and I got it home and I set it up and put the covers on it and everything. And of course he has to be the first one to try it out. So that's him testing it out for me, and he knew exactly what to do. Like, I don't think he's ever seen anyone get a massage. I mean, he's 3, so I know he hasn't had one. But he jumped up there and he put his face in the little hole, and he's like, "Oh, Mummy, you rub my back." And he just knew. So, of course, I obliged and gave him a little back rub and snapped a photo, because what good mother wouldn't? But he loves it, and he loves it when I give my husband practice massages, which he absolutely loves. But then Sam's always like, "It's my turn now, my turn, I want one." So I've got 2 little test dummies that get pretty much nightly massages at the moment. So if anyone needs a massage, come and see me. I need some more test dummies. So I don't think I add much to that card. Maybe a little label or enamel dot, something. Not much though. It's from the Collect app, so it says what it is at the bottom. Oh, there you go. Just a little rub on. I think. I can't remember what it says. Happy, love this. I don't know. Yeah, love this, I think is what it says. Oh, and some more rub-ons. I've got to use these up. There is just so many in that packet. There's stars and circles and hexagon. They look like sequins, but they're all rub-ons. And there's just so many. I can never seem to get through it. As much as I try, I seem to use them a lot, and there's still a ton left in that packet. And this one's of me studying out in the sunshine. It's winter here in Australia, and I do live in Queensland, and everyone thinks it's, sunny Queensland, it's hot all year round. But once you've lived here for a few years, you do acclimatise, and I have been getting very cold lately and got the track pants out and the socks and the jumpers and all of that sort of stuff. And this particular day I was inside at the computer, not doing very much other than staring at my books and at the computer screen, and I was freezing, absolutely freezing. So I put the heater on, and it was the middle of the day, and then I took a look outside and it was beautiful and sunny out there. So I thought that I would make the most of it, and I did. I went and sat outside and did my study and actually got sunburned, which is pretty crazy, but I'm pretty pale. If you know me, you will know how pale and white I am, so sunburn pretty easily. This card here I covered up the balances on that, but it's actually a picture of our credit card statement, to say that we had paid it off. I had some student loan stuff on there, and we finally paid off the balance of it, which is now getting cut up. But it was just really, really exciting for us. So I had to scrap that we didn't owe any money anymore, and we weren't in debt for that. So I don't know. It's exciting for us. It's probably not exciting for anybody else. And then just what did I add on there? Oh, more of that fabric tape, and just a little sticker, probably explaining what it is. And you have to excuse my big fat head in that last shot. And this one is of my son. I'm not sure what he's doing in that. I think we're going to eat dinner. Looks like some plates of food. I don't know. That's really bad. Oh, I forgot to do my outlining. OCD is really, really kicking in on this one. I have to remember to do that. Yeah, so what's everyone else been up to? Has everyone else been getting lots of scrapping in? I actually haven't done any craft in over a week. I didn't get to do any last Friday. So I was too busy studying and cleaning the house, and I don't think I'm going to get much done tomorrow either. Friday's my day that I get to do my own thing and stuff. But there's so much housework that needs to be done. I've been sick this week. I've been having migraines and had a sore throat and a few other bits and pieces. So the housework has been rather neglected. And we've got people coming this weekend, so I really, really do need to tidy up, which is really annoying. It digs into my crafty time, but that's okay. Hopefully, after everyone's gone on Sunday, I can get a little bit of time to myself. This photo is us being silly, bopping our noses. That's Sam's thing that he likes to do. And yeah, he's like, Mummy, you take a photo, you take a photo. And so we bop our noses and make the little sound, and it just cracks me up. It's cracking me up now just thinking about it. So I did try to mount that on that craft coloured card that was actually some packaging from the stamp, but it just didn't look right. It did not go with the rest of the page. So I think I just add bop. I have to apologise for the background noise again. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is 3:20, so all the school buses are driving past again. I don't know how loud it comes through on this, but I can hear it a fair bit. So I do apologise for that. And there's birds out there too, which is nice. Nature's nice, but it's kind of distracting sometimes. This one here is, this is of the guinea pigs again. I think this was the day, I don't actually know why we took that one, but it's cute nonetheless, and who doesn't love a furry little animal? So I think I just add guinea pigs as a title perhaps, or buddies. I think I add, because they're pretty, they are pretty good buddies. We bought them separately and they're both males, so we weren't sure how they were going to get along, and we'd been advised different things, that because we'd had one for about 2 weeks before we got the second one, so he was pretty, this is my territory, this is my turf, and we were a bit worried that he was going to be mean to Coco when Coco arrived, but he didn't really seem to. I think he jumped on him the first day, like pounced on him to stop him eating the food, which is a bit sad but kind of funny at the same time. And then after that, Coco's just like, that's fine, you eat first and I'll eat second, whatever's left over. And that's their little routine. But they're actually not mean to each other. And the other day Coco was out of the cage and we were giving him cuddles, and then he was trying to get back to their house, and he was calling out for Dudley, and Dudley was calling back to him, like their little squeaking noise that they do, and he just kept doing it until Coco found his way back to the home. So that was pretty cool. I thought they were doing a little bit of Marco Polo to try and help each other out. So I'm pretty happy that they are actually buddies and they don't fight. Then these are the cards that I said before I hadn't picked out, and then I did pick out at the end. They say morning, afternoon, and night, and it just fitted perfectly with these 3 photos. They were all taken on the same day, and where did we go? We'd gone out to the shops in the morning, and then we had lunch while we were out. That was the middle photo there, and then the first photo was first thing in the morning, a bed selfie with the 3 of us getting up, and then the third photo was of my son sleeping crashed out on our bed that night. So it was a pretty long day, I think, for him. He was pretty tired by the end of it, and it just really worked out quite well. And now I've noticed that they're in the wrong order, so I don't know if I change that. I hope I realize I've got them around the wrong way, otherwise I'm going to have to go and check my album. Oh, this card, I actually really don't like how this turned out. I wanted to use that frame. It's kind of like a wreath, I guess, if you would call it, leaves and stuff. And I really wanted to use it, but I do use it, but I don't like it. I think I'm going to have to go back and fix that card. It just sort of doesn't really flow, doesn't really go. But I was trying to find some stamps to stamp in the middle, and nothing was just really working for me. I had such a hard time getting it to work, and I think I go and find a little circle to put in there. Oh yeah, I found these. These are out of one of the Project Life mini kits or value kits, perhaps. They are ones that had all the embellishments with them. So I was trying to find some of those, and they just didn't work. It just, nothing worked. That's the one I stick with. It says love with a little gold star on it, and then I actually add an enamel dot to it, or enamel heart to it, I think. But it just doesn't look right. That frame is just not right. So yeah, you win some, you lose some with paper crafts. And at least I know I can go and take the card out and take the frame off and put it on something else where it actually looks good, and just fix that card up. Yeah, so I don't know. Does anyone else have absolute complete fails? They're really annoying when they happen, but you know, at least you can fix them. Oh yeah, I got out some gelatos. Look at me doing a little bit of mixed media and making my own card. That's nearly 3. I'm going to count that as 3 DIY cards for this layout. Yeah, I don't know really why I rubbed that off then. I should have just got my heat gun out. But I used a pink, it's kind of a corally pinky colour of gelato, and then I got out my watercolour pencils, and these are just cheapies from Kmart. I think they have $5 for a tin, maybe $3 for a tin. I don't know, they're not more than $5, but they actually work really well. So this one's got kind of a peachy apricot colour, so I just popped that on there as well, and it just goes with the colours of the rest of the page. So I do actually get my heat gun out at the end of this when it's probably already dried, and I don't know why I brought it out sooner. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I was thinking this particular day, but nevertheless it all worked out pretty well. I think I just add a sticker to it. Oh no, a rub-on. Look at me using up the rub-ons. I'm doing pretty well at using stuff up out of my stash, along with the kit, of course. Oh, that said good night, I love you, or something in the middle, and I didn't want that, so I just used the circle border, and then I think I put something else in the middle. Love, 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 that's what I put in the middle. I just remembered. And I think that's almost this layout done. When I'm finished that, I might have one more card to go. Oh look, my big fat head again, and all my grey hair. I've really got to go to the hairdresser and get some dye for that. Oh look, twiddling my fingers. Why didn't I cut all this out? I'm so sorry guys, completely bad editing on my behalf. Just pulling out some little bits and pieces, seeing if I can. Oh, some more of that tape. I use this fabric tape a lot in this layout. See, this is why I need more. Someone please tell me that I can get more of it. I think that's pretty much it. Just that and the heart, and then I'll do some close-ups of the cards. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.